Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing fine on this day. I was checking out the leaked designs for Wuthering Waves the last couple of days. And I don't know what I expected. But I came to a realization that I don't think I like them. So I really was, awaiting the 2.4 live stream, which was today, the day of me recording this. And I gotta say, it confirms the problems I have with the character designs. So the characters Cartethyia, Lupa, Augusta, and Iuno are gonna release soon. And I got some issues with these designs. Now, keep in mind that all of these character designs in themselves are good. But that there are some key factors that, yeah, are making me worry for the quality of character designs in WoW going forward. Although the live stream, weirdly enough, has revealed some new characters, which I think even were pretty great. But yeah, before confusing you completely, we're gonna go through this step by step, so this is actually more intelligible. So yeah, what is my opinion? Some of the character designs of future characters that are gonna release soon, like Augusta, Iuno, and Lupa, are rubbing me the wrong way. There are some things I don't like about them. While other designs, for example, Cartethyia, I don't have any issues with at all. They look really good and fit their personality well. So, to set the bar, what are some potential problems in character design? And I feel really compelled to talk about this, because I started doing writing my own world building project. This is not supposed to be an advertisement, but it kind of paints a picture from... It kind of paints a picture of where my opinions come from. So I've been thinking about character designs for my own world, and so I picked some things up. For example, characters need to fit. Like, their designs need to fit the region they're in, and the purpose that they serve in the story. Also, they need to fit their personality, obviously. Because otherwise, it just kind of feels out of place, and the character feels weird overall. Then, what I think can be a big problem is just oversaturated fan service. And I know not everyone is gonna agree with me on this, but as someone who really likes paying attention to the story, and isn't too concerned about how the characters sell in these types of games, I want the characters to really be feeling like they belong in the story. Too much fan service can feel out of place. Too much fan service can distract from the story, and can make a person feel uncomfortable if they really, like, if the camera angles, for example, really put weird emphasis on this. Now, and these are some of the things that I think in Wuthering Waves have become an issue from time to time. They are not major issues in the game yet. They just with certain characters, it is becoming, you know, more apparent than in others. Now, having put some of the potential problems out of the way, which characters are, in my opinion, actually, you know, embodying some of these. And the biggest one, the biggest red flag so far, for sure, in my opinion, is Cantarella. Holy fuck. When I look at her design, I'm mostly seeing fanservice. Not much else, I will be honest. The colors, the theme that she's trying to go for fits. You can see the resemblance of, you know, jellyfish. But that's about it. That is about it. That her design, the jiggle physics. Holy moly. Especially those boobs. I think, personally, it is way too much. It is way too oversaturated. Like, when I see her in the story, I kind of just roll my eyes. And especially with the camera angles in the 2.2 story quest, which I've mentioned in my other video. Holy moly! Have we lost the plot? What is going on? And I know not everyone is gonna agree with me here, but bro, I don't think this is necessary. I just got beaten to death. It is just straight up insanity. And hey, it definitely appeals to one demographic playing the game, but I just feel like for the story enjoys, this might be, you know, a little, And I'm really curious on how many people are gonna agree with me here, so literally, in the comments, state your honest opinion on these things. Like, even if you disagree with me fully, tell me why. I wanna know, I really wanna know. Use this as a discussion. But yeah. I feel, when it comes to fan service, there needs to be some kind of bar. And I have a feeling this bar is in between two characters at the moment. Carlotta and Ciaccona. Now, why these two, you might ask? Because I think their designs really are similar. They really are similar. They both fit their respective themes really well. From the one you get, she's a bard. A traveling bard. You fully see that in her design. And the other one, Carlotta, you see she's from a noble family. She has that noble attire, definitely. And both of these designs are good. The characters are cute. Well done. However, there is one striking difference between the two that I think sets the bar for things like fanservice. So when we look at Ciaccona, she essentially got the dress. Her top is covered up. She got the long, like, thigh-high boots with exposed thighs. So we still have fan service in there. Sure, that is not a problem at all. It is limited. It is limited. I would say we have a good ratio of skin, skin showing and skin coverage. That is fine. Same with Carlotta. You got the dress. You got the thigh-high boots and all that. But there's one thing, and that is exposed underwear. It is one of those things that are just odd to have. Ciaccona doesn't have that. She got shorts, making her design absolutely fine. However, Carlotta has exposed underwear. Granted, she received the granny pants treatment, which makes her outfit acceptable. It's fine because of that. But that is the bar. I think that is like the bar of having too much, or a little too much. To the point where it's kind of just unnecessary. You could have just given her either a slightly longer skirt or literally just shorts underneath. And Ciaccona, who's generally fine. And, in my opinion, really good design. So there's that. And then we have cases like Shorekeeper. And I think, talking about newer characters, Cartethyia actually is very similar to that. So, what do I mean by this? In character design, these two have a lot of just skin showing. For example, Cartethyia has a side boob and just completely exposed legs. And then Shorekeeper literally, I don't know, is she even wearing anything at that point? But where am I going with this? These designs, I think, are fine. Although they are reaching a 50-50 skin and coverage ratio, or less, in the case of Shorekeeper. However, there we have the case of personality, where personality plays a huge role in the character, where it almost overshadows the design. Like, I can look at Shorekeeper and not see much of a sex appeal at all. And that's because how this character has been portrayed in the story, and how they just are, writing-wise, is overshadowing the fact that she doesn't wear much at all. So I think designs like these, if the personality overshadows the blatant or not so blatant fan service, just overshadows that completely. But going back to a character like Cantarella, even from their writing and personality, that doesn't overshadow her looks. It actually enforces that fan service even more by her just talking suggestive as well. It is insane.
The tides have whispered of your arrival.
But these are designs that have already happened, and those are not the ones that make me worry about the direction that Wuthering Waves is going at the moment. The designs that worry me are the upcoming ones. Not Cartethyia, but Lupa, Augusta, and Iuno. And oh boy, do I have a bone to pick with these designs. I have seen, after the live stream, I've seen a lot of positive feedback from a lot of people and a lot of content creators. And I can't join them. I can't accept these designs at the moment. So why is that? Let's start with Lupa. What is Lupa trying to embody? She's a great warrior. The greatest gladiator in Septimont. Or she's supposed to be. And when I first saw her leaked designs, I was not seeing any of that at all. Even now after seeing the livestream, I still don't gather the feeling that she is a gladiator from her design. Sure, her gameplay conveys that message, but her design is also supposed to. That is the definition of a good character design. So when I see her, let's dissect her model. You have the top region, fairly exposed arms. You have the top almost having like a bodysuit vibe, especially when she reaches max forte, so like the second phase, if you will. The chest plate of course. The back is very exposed, and then very tight pants. To the point where there is some weird detailing here. There's a major emphasis on her ass, straight up. And the pants are even, to a point, like, unbuttoned, so that her tail comes through. That detail, I think, it's whatever. However, I have such a huge issue with these tight pants. And her overall, armor design. Armor design is something I really put emphasis on the last video. So, now to compare. What makes a gladiator? In my opinion, of course, gladiator coming from the Romans, so Roman theme, that makes sense, right? Now, what does a gladiator need? Protection, of course. Gladiators are people who fight in the arena and are specialized in man-to-man combat. So, there are two ways a gladiator design should go. If you go to see the media, especially, you have especially for males, you have like exposed chest. They're trading armor for mobility, but so they leave out a lot of parts in character design, not character design, in armor. But, however, you still need, like, the basics, which are, like, arm and leg protection. Like, some gladiators, I believe, might have just gotten rid of their chest armor. However, they have replaced it with big shields in order to block incoming attacks. Lupa does not have a shield. She uses a lance, like a spear. And uses a chestplate instead, which she doesn't have a shield, she has a chestplate. Good compensation. But no protection on her arms and legs whatsoever. Now, a commenter on my last video actually brought up the point mobility, right? But then I still have the question of... Also, appreciate that comment, by the way. It was very informative. But yeah, still, it hasn't changed my mind, because if I look at these tight pants with that ass emphasis... How does that give you more mobility than just having, like, greaves on, right? Giving you leg protection. Because right now she doesn't have that. So, she trades greaves for more mobility, but those don't limit your mobility. And then, with these tight pants, how does that not limit mobility? You may have the argument of, oh, it's a stretchy material, right? It's modern. But I'm like, that's still gonna limit you in one way or another. And why have that in the first place? Also, that design to be like a gladiator in this more ancient oriented, like Roman Greek orientated region, it's so modern, it's so out of place, I think. And then also the chest plate, she removes that. That makes sense, yeah, but why does it have jiggle physics? Answer me that, please. I'm waiting. How does plate armor have jiggle? Am I the only one to question that? Doesn't make much sense, I think. But yeah. But then moving on, then we have Augusta, which I think embodies the gladiator design in a Greek way much better. When you look at her chest plate, you have like the iconic belly button, or when you want it to be more Greek inspired, but then also like very Roman robes. It definitely looks less modern, more old, more historic than Lupa's design does. And for a warrior, and especially Gladiator, I think that design makes much more sense. It's much better. And to further shit on Lupa's design, if I may say so, if I look at the new echoes and the new like enemy areas that were shown, they look like proper gladiators. I don't know why they just didn't take inspiration from the designs they did there and gave it to Lupa. Hey, I don't know. But yeah, no, still, Augusta is missing some key features. For example, the greaves. Greaves or arm protection, they are iconic pieces of armor. Actually, wait, no, my mistake. She does have arm protection, like, for her lower arms. And that is good. But yeah, like, something for the legs. Because when I just look at the legs, she's not wearing anything. I'm even questioning the fact if she's even wearing underwear at that point. When people on social media say it kind of is the prostitute fit, I have to agree in a way. And that is something I totally did not expect from Wuthering Waves. It makes me a little concerned. It is definitely not a thing you want to think, I guess. But I don't know what's going on internally in WoWa. In Kuru games, so I can't really comment on that. On the direction they were going. But yeah, they could have just done anything for the legs, really. Like, for example, for this type of armor, especially if it's supposed to be Greek, they are wearing the typical, like, warrior skirts. You could have just added them for Augusta, and she would have at least some coverage. And then add some grease on her legs, or like, extra pieces of armor, and it would be almost a perfect design. It would be so much better than the current one. And just by these, like, small additions. Which brings me to Iuno, and I've just been seeing most seem to like the design. And find her really cute and stuff. And I'm gonna have to agree on that. However, there is not much going on with that design. First of all, she's barely wearing anything. I don't know if she's... Is she wearing anything? Well, that actually overdoes or overstretches the 50-50 coverage and skin ratio. That is like almost getting close to Shorekeeper type. I'm just like... Why? Why? Why is she not wearing anything? Like even if I look, if I look anywhere, I see lacking clothing, straight up. Just, I don't know. I don't think she wears any underwear. It seems like just like a piece of cloth stripped over. Arms not covered at all. Legs not covered at all. The only thing slightly covered is the behind, because of, you know, the like hanging cloth. And I went like, you have Augusta, which has a fine design if you want to go for a Roman theme. But then you have Iuno, who's not wearing anything at all. So why? Why is that? Why? Just tell me why. I just want to know this one simple answer. I'm just gonna say this. Septimond may be a hot climate, but this does not excuse giving characters just no pants at all. And also, with both Iuno's and Augusta's design, like, that is all I have to say with Iuno, but I feel like they're a little generic, both these designs. Just a little generic. I wish there was a little more color in their clothes. Like, they both have, like, a very distinct hair color. But then just mostly white robes. And Iuno not having robes, really, it's just, yeah, cloth. Just, So, why is there not a bit more color? Like, they have like, for example, Iuno has a faint blue on the robes hanging hanging down the back. But that is it. I wish there was more color to him, you know. A bit more cloth, of course. Tying in with what I mentioned earlier, a bit more coverage, with some more hanging robes. Maybe not that, but maybe for Augusta, like a what is it called? A warrior skirt with orange accents. Or, you know, literally just more leg coverage, more cloth there, and for the arms in blue, and that would do the job. The design would still be cute, it would still look great, but you have just... You have them more covered, you give the character more decency, and a bit of the like, I don't know if it even is supposed to be fan service, but if it is, it's a little unnecessary. And and Kuro Games leaked a lot of new characters after the live stream at the end there, which is such a Chad move, ain't gonna lie. But those designs, just judging from the first look, are great. They all look similar, so they are probably gonna be from like the same area or same region, depending on what their role is gonna be. And their designs, I think, are good. Like at first glance, I don't have anything to call out there. Granted, I don't know their like involvement in the story yet, so that might change it still. But other than that, they're good. Which makes me think, why are the current ones so questionable then? Like the ones that are gonna release very soon. But yeah, I really want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments. I just want to discuss, and maybe you change my mind. Now, what do I want to end with? I loved that they brought back Cristoforo for the story. Oh my god, I love that man. Oh my god. He is the Chad. He is the best in the story. I love that man. And his design is genuinely beautiful. I do wonder if they're gonna make him into a playable character, because it can only go two ways. Either he dies in the story, like straight up, he dies, or he's... or three ways. He's gonna become a playable character, or he's gonna stay an NPC, which is honestly would be so sad. Like, he would be probably one of the first male characters I would pull for, just because I love him. I love him in the story, man. He's great. And his design is so elegant. I love it. But yeah, then also Phrolova. I mean, Phrolova is already like a older design. We've known her for quite a while, so I'm really excited for her to have more relevancy again, and actually release eventually. And yeah, her design is also really good. But yeah, just the more recent one, the free ones, Lupa, Augusta and Iuno, they're rubbing me the wrong way. They've kind of rattled my feathers a little. And I don't know, maybe you agree with my reasoning, maybe not. Don't rip me to shreds for this. This is just a discussion. Just my opinion. But yeah, I will say, I have seen on social media, I am not the only one with this way of thinking. Which puts me a little at ease. But having heard this very positive feedback recently, makes me a little worried. If these kind of like overexposed character designs are becoming the new norm. Like, I'm just still saying Cantarella is way too much, and the other ones are, you know, questionable. And Lupa, I think, is the only one who doesn't actually fit the theme that were trying to go for. which is a huge issue in my opinion. Let me know what you thought. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. I hope it hasn't been as boring as the last video put out. I feel like that one was a little too scripted. So yeah, I don't know what the next video is gonna be. I don't know when it's gonna release. Best to join our Discord server to stay updated. Best to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Have a great one. Bye bye.